Welcome back to Inside Cottonwood. I'm your host today, Mayor Tim Elinski. With me is Damien Browning from Steps to Recovery and Andrew, who is an alumni from Steps to Recovery. So tell us, Andrew, what that means to be an alumni.
Alumni, well, first of all, my name's Andrew Novak. Alumni means that I completed the program and have been reintroduced to society. And I actually ended up staying there an extra 6 months to start help the house leader and everything. And yeah, so alumni just means I completed the program.
Great. Can you tell us a little bit about how you wound up at the doorstep of Steps to Recovery?
That's a long story, but to put it short, drug addiction had brought me to my knees, brought my family to their knees, brought in basically the society that I lived in to its knees, and I was facing prison time, and I was trying to go hitchhike back down to Glendale to run from some charges, and my mom and my stepdad ended up coming up, and they were like, they had ended up talking to some codependency therapists, and they said the best thing you can do for your son is nothing at all. And so they ended up taking me to a few of the recovery homes here in town. And
did you were living here in the Verde Valley at the time, Andrew?
I was living in Glendale, and
okay.
I ended up coming out here.
Okay.
And I got caught with some charges, and I was getting ready to go back down to Glendale, and something interjected that process. But yeah, I went to a few of the recovery homes. One of them offered you know, saying that here's a place that you can stay at. If you use, you're getting kicked out on the street. If you don't get a job, you're getting kicked out on the street. And basically what was running through my mind was that's the only thing that I know how to do. And then I ended up going to Steps to Recovery, and what they offered was an opportunity to get clean. And we were sitting down in the interview with him and Anne, and they were like, I think you want to be clean, you just don't know how to do it. And that was probably, I hadn't heard truer words for a long time in my life, and so that's basically how I got here. Horrible drug habit and an opportunity to get clean. So.
Yeah. And you had family.
My mom, my dad fell by the wayside when I was 3 until later on in my recovery journey. But yeah, my mom was there, and she took the therapist's advice and was like, you know what, we're gonna take you to these places, we're gonna get your ID and everything, but you basically have to do this. You know, you have to make a decision to do it for yourself. So.
And so you found something different at Damien's center than you'd seen in other places. What was the difference in your mind?
Opportunity, and not only opportunity, there was help in that opportunity. You know, like we all get the opportunity to get clean and stay clean, but the help with going throughout all of these processes of like your head telling you you can't do this, you can't do this, you can't do this, and I was talking with a few people about how like addicts aren't supposed to be here, and that's what my mind continues to tell me. Like, it shouldn't be in places like this. It shouldn't be showing up to work. You shouldn't be doing all this stuff. So that's kind of the adversity we got to deal with on this inner dialogue. And Anne and Damien definitely helped me out with, you know, at this time we had community service and life coaching. Those were about the 2 things that you guys had going on, and the community service helped amazingly, you know. And then we had
tell me a little bit more about the community service. What were the sorts of things that you did?
Well, we would go down to the park and we'd feed the homeless, and you know, it'd put huge perspective into like how grateful we are for, you know, being able to have a roof over our heads, and it really like started this reintegrating us back into society and everything, and learning how to be accountable to being of service to a community that we basically ran amok through the whole time. And but yeah, and then the life coachings did the same thing. You know, I'd see a lot of people in the recovery community give of their time to this establishment, so it added more value.
So great. You should be very proud to have graduated from the program.
Mm-hmm.
And so what are you doing these days then?
I'm a roofer. I've been a roofer for 5 years. I'm an active participant in a lot of the recovery things. My mom's back in my life. You know, I got the opportunity to be a part of my father's life for the last 8 months of his life because he was dealing with cancer. Just making connections, you know, and I think that that's what this thing is all about, is making some healthy connections to being healthy.
Great. And if you could sort of sum up the value to those listening to the audience today, why it would be good to support a program like Damien and Anne's Steps to Recovery, what would you say to folks who may not feel like they have much to give or could find the value in a program like this?
They gave me a set of tools that I not only used in their establishment, I've been able to use for the other 4.5 years that I've been out of their establishment. Mm-hmm. And that's, you know, tools that you can't really buy. You just have to work on them. Mm-hmm. And you know, it's given me opportunities to get in contact with a lot of people that are really passionate about recovery and not getting loaded and living a better life. And it subjects you to all those people. So
yeah, great. Anything to add, Damien?
Yeah, I'm just really proud of Andrew. I mean, you know, I love him. You know, he's a friend, he's a brother, he's become family. You know, the people that come in our program become family. And Andrew was almost dead when he got here. He really was. I mean, you see him now, he's a full person. He was about half that size, you know, and he took it and he ran with it. The biggest thing, and that's what I was going to say about alumni, we consider alumni people that go through our program and learn something. They don't necessarily have to graduate, because this whole thing about graduation is, you know, so it's really about people that are living a good life and have taken something out of our program, and it's helped them in their life to continue to be successful, to continue to love themselves and love other people, be a part of the community, which he is. He's still a part of the community in a lot of ways. I see him, and it's just amazing. And this is the kind of stuff, I mean, I'm just trying not to tear up. I mean, this is the kind of stuff that keeps me going. Right. You know, you were asking what keeps me, you know, I don't know, I can't be, I can't express my gratitude enough. Just because I used to say, you know, I took a lot too when I was in my addiction. I used to say if I could just help one person, and now there's about 136 of him around this, you know what I mean, that are doing really well. That's just, it's a little mind-boggling, right? You know, when I think about it on a level, because I mean, you know, there's a lot of love there. I mean, just him changing his life has probably, you know, made the community a lot of money. Right, you know, in tax dollars. I mean, really. I mean, really. Like, you know, it makes a big difference. You know, one person's life. Plus, he breaks the chain of addiction in his family and his friends, and he mentors people. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I mean, how can you put how can you put a number on that? Sure. I don't know.
Well, congratulations to you both. Yeah. Thanks for being.
Well, he did all the work. We just provide the environment and the structure. He did all the work.
Well, we appreciate your hard work.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, sincerely. So we're going to have to take a break. We're going to bring in one other alumni this afternoon, and that's Angie, to speak with us as well. So again, Andrew, thanks for coming in. Appreciate it. All right.